Senator Josh Hawley had some questions about the apps immigrants are using at the border.
Yeah, you got Mayorkas in front of them. You know, the border's secure.
Might as well ask
how is it secure? Well, tell us about this app. I mean, this is insanity.
Here's the Texas Monthly, not a notable conservative outlet, who reports, and I quote, "At no point does the app ask users, are you seeking asylum? Those arriving for the CBP-1 appointments are given no interviews, asked no questions about vulnerabilities that they may or may not have listed in the app or about why they're coming to the United States. They're simply released into the country," end quote. So rather than building a wall, Mr. Secretary, you have built Ticketmaster for illegal immigrants.
You are, Senator, you are conflating programs. Let me explain
just
to you.
Respond to this. Is it true that they are given no interviews, asked no questions, and simply released into the country?
Let me explain to you what we announced on January 5th.
No, I want you to explain to me what's happening. I know what you announced. I read it to you.
So I will explain to you what is happening.
Are they given interviews? Let's start with that. Are they given interviews?
We were previously experiencing...
You just won't.
That's starting to sound like a no. Well, let's just hone in here. Mr. Secretary, my time is very limited. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I want to drive to some clarity here.
But Senator,
the Texas Monthly has reported that once illegal immigrants go on their phone and reserve their time to come to the border, once they use your concierge service that you've created for them, when they come, they are given no interviews. They are asked no questions about any vulnerabilities. They are simply released into the country. Is that happening?
Senator, you are mistaken.
Yes.
And if I may explain.
Are they given interviews?
If I may explain, individuals who seek parole under our January 5th program for Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans are screened and vetted before they arrive at our border.
Wait a minute. No, they go on the phone and they just reserve a time, and then they show up and they're given nothing.
Wow. Jeez.
The border.
How are they being vetted before they get to the border? Are we meeting them in a central location in Mexico? Do we have agents down there in Mexico? And when they pass by and we see that they're Venezuelans or Cubans, we go up and ask them? What are you talking about? They're vetted before they get to the border. What? Unbelievable. Ted Cruz.
Oh,
you could see he was a little disgusted sitting right next to Josh Hawley. And so
when I see a clip like this of Ted Cruz, I tell myself, congratulations, you helped to put that man into office. I love this.
Yeah. Check this out.
And I will tell you, the men and women of the Border Patrol, they've never had a political leader undermine them. They despise you, Mr. Secretary, because you're willing to let children be raped to follow political orders. This is a crisis. It's a disgrace. And you won't even admit this human tragedy is a crisis.
Claiming 1 minute chairman time, Mr. Secretary, would you like to respond to any of those questions?
What the senator said was revolting. I'm not going to address it.
Wow.
Your refusal to do your job is revolting.
Yes!
That is great.
Put that in your pipe, bro.
Stuff. That's so great. He didn't let that stand. I love it.
No.
Wow.
I'm getting the last word here. Mayorkas.
Wow.
Your refusal to do your job is revolting. I love it. But, I mean, a nation and just going under.
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah.
And every day, there's a new administration official or someone who they're trying to put into the administration, going through hearings, that it's just like, you're not qualified to, and I'm not going to disparage any job, but think of the lowest job you can think of. They're not qualified for that. We've got later today the Interior Secretary. You would think that would be like, oh, I could handle this. I could be an Interior Secretary. Oh my gosh, no. No, not with this administration. Everybody that they put into a post in this administration is garbage. It's never ending with these people.
That's because they have an agenda here, and they're trying to get Marxists and morons in every single position in the U.S. government, and they're doing a great job of it.
It reflects what we have at the top.
Yeah, exactly. Biden administration also plans to use taxpayer funds to inspire and support young climate activists in developing countries, even as it acknowledges that young people suffer from climate-related mental health conditions. That doesn't matter. We're still going to use taxpayer funds to inspire and support them. In other countries, get that. Okay, so we're supporting young climate activists who don't know what the hell they're talking about in this country. And then we're going to support them in other countries as well?
Yeah.
President Joe Biden's U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, last year released its 2022 to 2030 climate strategy, which outlines a $150 billion whole-of-agency approach to building an equitable world with net zero greenhouse gas emissions. Included in that effort is a pledge to support behavior change and communications campaigns that encourage youth's active participation in the climate movement. We're spending our taxpayer dollars on this. Young people, the agency says, have emerged in recent years as key actors in demanding government action to tackle the climate crisis, prompting USAID to increase its funding for youth-led organizations working to fight climate change.
Gross.
In at least 40 partner countries. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that great that in 40 countries we can send them money to fight against climate-related mental health conditions? Okay. All right.
Climate. Okay.
Wow.
What's the publication you're reading that from? Because how did they describe it? We're creating a billion Gretas.
A billion Gretas.
Who's that? The Federalist? Who is that?
Free Beacon. Washington Free Beacon.
Great job with that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're doing.
Awesome.
You're going to work right now. You got your ass up before the sun rose, and you're getting ready. You got to sit in traffic. You got to go and work all day, sweat, just chew up a third of your day at least, just so we can send money to go and create new climate activists around the world that are just like Greta Thunberg. I mean, this is insanity.
And of course, it's the youth. What do you think is going to happen when we're indoctrinating them in all of these countries to believe that the Earth has 8 years left before catastrophe? We keep telling them the same thing over and over and over again. We've scared the absolute crap out of these people. Yeah. Greta Thunberg, most among them. And we've been telling them that the Earth is about on its last legs. It's unbelievable the way they've been indoctrinated, the way they've been lied to. We've got more frequent, more intense hurricanes, not true. More frequent, more intense tornadoes, more frequent, more intense everything. And none of it.
Yeah, and
none of it is true.
It's only fair that we ask the American taxpayer to fund this burden that the leftists feel need to be addressed worldwide, since we're the biggest polluter, right?
And we're not.
Oh, we're not?
No.
Oh, we're not. Okay.
No, we're not.
Can we see the graph, please? There you go. All right. Who is then, Pat? Oh, look at there. It's Asia and China. Way worse than the rest of us when it comes to CO2 output. The United States is trending downward. The Western world is trending downward. EU, all that stuff. Europe, look at that. And look what's happening in Asia. Why don't you go and ask them? Go hold the tip jar out over there. Sick of this crap. I'm sick of this crap, not only for what we're doing here at home, but now we're internationally with our movement.
Look at, you've got China,
yes,
India, Africa, South America, all ahead of us.
Yeah. And here we go. I've got in front of me let's see, 10 most polluted cities in the world. Okay.
All right. So it's going to be Pocatello, Idaho.
Of course.
Bismarck, North Dakota.
Oh, I don't even need this.
Yeah, you know.
You got it. You already knew that. Spoiler alert. Okay.
Bemidji, Minnesota. Is that one of the top 5, I'll bet?
No.
No.
They just rolled off the list.
All right.
Rolled off the list here.